what this means is churches might soon be writing new policies. But now let me be clear, guns are still prohibited in churches unless the church decides to choose otherwise. For example, a church may designate 1 or 2 people who they allow to concealed carry, or they may choose that everyone is. The decision is completely in the hands of the church, but there has been some concern that this new freedom could come at a cost, specifically higher insurance costs. But today, Representative Nate Bell, who is the bill's sponsor, told the House that that is very unlikely.
In fact, just this morning, an industry expert indicated to me that there is no actuarial basis whatsoever for increasing rates to churches allowing concealed carry, and that it would be nearly impossible to raise rates solely on that basis.
Right now, 40 states allow churches to make this decision about who can concealed carry, and the way the law is written, in that concealed carry class that folks are required to take, churches would still be listed as a prohibited place. But that said, if someone who takes that concealed carry class wants to find out if their church is or is not allowing people to concealed carry on their property, it would be completely in the hands of the gun owner to make that determination. The church would not have to post any signage out front. It's in the responsibility of the gun owner to find out what the rules are with his or her respective church. Scott?
Well, Janelle, we know the bill is very close to becoming law. What's the next step?
Yeah, the bill goes back to the Senate next, where a few names are going to be added as sponsors to the bill, then straight to the governor's desk. Now, I did speak to a spokesperson for the governor today, and he said that the governor plans to sign the legislation as is. There was some concern about liability for churches, and the governor said he wants to still have an open conversation about the bill, maybe if more amendments need to be added in the future, but he will sign it into law, and the day that that happens, it becomes law in Arkansas. Scott?
All right, Janelle Lilly live at the state capitol tonight. Thanks for that report. And another update to another bill. The House approving a bill that would ban abortions at 20 weeks of pregnancy. That now moves on to the Senate. But Governor Beebe says his office is researching the legality of that measure. Preliminary research suggesting a different proposal to ban most abortions if a heartbeat is detected is unconstitutional. But the governor isn't ready to say whether he opposes this legislation. The governor's office says they'll continue to research the constitutionality of the different abortion measures.
The final vote, 85 for, only 8 against. This bill becomes law the day Governor Mike Beebe signs it, which he says he will. From there, it's completely in the hands of the churches. They will decide who, if anyone, can concealed carry on their property.
With this vote, churches are one step closer to making their own decisions when it comes to concealed guns on their property.
85 yeas, 8 nays, and 0 present, you passed the bill.
For weeks, this has been called a gun bill, and though guns are involved, the bill's sponsor, Representative Nate Bell, says this isn't about the Second Amendment, it's about the First.
You see, the First Amendment begins with these words: Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
Bell and others say that's what current Arkansas law does. It interferes with the church's freedom by making the decision for them. This new law would put that power back in the hands of the church. But not everyone voted yes on Senate Bill 71. Representative Frederick Love voted no. He worries this bill comes at a cost to churches, higher insurance premiums.
Without having an exception to this, people are concerned that their insurance rates are going to go up, that it's going to be liability issues, and it's very concerning legislation.
The governor said he will sign this bill. However, he has heard from religious leaders about liability issues they're concerned about. He says if this bill needs amending, he'd like to do it this session. Back to you guys.
So assuming the governor does sign the bill and it does become law that day, then how does it affect churches right away?
Well, day one, churches should not be affected. The statute, as it is now, allows no guns on the property of the churches unless they decide otherwise. So it's completely in the hands of church leadership if they want to change that rule. And it's also important to note it's completely up to the concealed carry permit holder to find out whether or not his church will allow concealed weapons on their campus.